Katrina.
And welcome to
Do It For The Bit,
where we've been New Yorkers since 99.
New Yorkers since 99.
I've been eating dollar pizza since 99.
I've been walking here since 99.
I've been in an empire state of mind since 99.
I've been in these concrete jungles since 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about New York City.
New York City. So, I've had one hell of a year. I've got mono. I just graduated.
Mm-hmm.
I have mono. I'm on steroids. I'm drinking lean. But what am I doing right after graduation? Internship. Internship where? New York City.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going alone. Basically, our entire friend group, almost all of them, also decided to go to New York City and work there for the summer.
Yeah.
So, all my friends take off, go to New York City right after graduation, except
you.
except me, because my ass had mono. I stayed back.
Yeah.
But
you had to wait a little minute.
I had to wait a little minute to get myself better and
Mm-hmm.
stronger and faster. So, I had interviewed for this place. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
It was, yeah, the things that they were like, you're gonna do were concepts.
Yeah.
It wasn't action words. They were not using Harvard action words.
I think most jobs in New York City, I'm like, oh, this is just moving things around on a computer.
Or like emailing.
It is just email. These are all fake jobs that make lots of money.
Yeah.
Nothing good for the world has actually happened. Yeah, all the jobs are fake. They're like, you're gonna be a marketing investment intern. And I'm like, sure.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What
It was
does
like
that do?
they're just like ads, marketing,
Yeah.
investment. And I'm like, so what are we actually doing here?
Not much.
You're moving numbers and stuff on an Excel sheet
Yeah.
for someone else to go do something.
Yeah.
That is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that these jobs like make so much money.
They make so much money, and there's so many of them.
And there's so many of them, and I'm like, this is pointless, and I kind of hate it. Anyways, I mean, I didn't hate it. It's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were like, at the end of the interview, she basically would kind of sign me on at the end of the interview.
Yeah,
like,
she was like, you got it.
You got it, girl. Like, come on board. At the end, she was like, yeah, so whenever you start, you will be in World Trade Center 3.
Mm-hmm.
World Trade Center? Me?
That's big. That's big.
That's weird. That's big. From graduating from UT in RTF, radio, television, film, and then they're just like, yeah, come on down to Manhattan's financial district.
We're going to be working in the World Trade Center.
Me, Katrina, Joe Schmo Hindrew.
Yeah.
They just let anyone work there, apparently.
Yeah. They were like, oh, Mr. Schmo, please come in.
Oh, yes. Call me Joe. Schmo was my father.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, apparently that building is not as important. The jobs in it. The historic significance obviously is important. But the jobs in there, apparently they just let anyone can do it. Mm-hmm. So
they're like, oh, you can read and type. Come on in.
You've seen Excel before. Come on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was like, this is obviously not my dream internship or anything. I just needed a change of scenery because I had one hell of a year.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen some shit, and I needed to change my scenery and get out of there.
That's good.
All of my friends in New York, I heal up from mono. I get my ass to New York.
Mm-hmm.
On my first day, I go up into the little entry kiosk security guy, and I'm like, hi, I'm Joe Schmo. I'm wearing a backpack.
You're wearing a little backpack. Is it your little Nike one?
It is my Nike backpack with my like cream like 3-piece suit situation I was wearing. I was slay, but I was also wearing a backpack, so you know.
So it was double slay.
Yeah, not double slay. It was more of I was just being humbled. Oh, you think it's a double slay?
I love a backpack.
Okay, but yeah, there I was in my business professional sleigh and my backpack, and I'm like, I'm Joe Schmo. I would like to go into the World Trade Center, please. And they're like, oh, good. I see you here on the list, Joe Schmo. And then they took my backpack and they put it underneath a desk.
They took your backpack?
They took my backpack. And they, there's basically like a TSA like bag scanner.
Really?
But it's like built into a marble countertop.
Whoa.
So you basically just put your backpack into a slot and then it comes out.
Do you have to do that every time you go in?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And then these little metal gates go swish and they let you in and you can go into the elevators. The elevator system took me a while to figure out because certain elevators only go to certain floors, which I'm sure is a normal thing in the big city, but I'm just from Texas. I'm a ho-dunk little girl from Texas.
I'm a ho-dunk little girl from Texas.
And so I went through this like forest of elevator entrances, which was spooky. Found the right one, went up there, wandered around in the World Trade Center for a bit because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Wandered around a little bit. This very nice lady came up to me. She's like, "You look lost. Is it your first day?" And I was like, And my dumbass in a business professional outfit, and a backpack. When I got there, everyone was in business casual, if not casual.
Really?
On my in my work area.
Okay.
Some floors it was like all just like suits and stuff. But like in my particular, in the marketing one, they're like, "Oh, we want you to be comfortable but professional, so you can wear jeans and a Zara blazer." And I'm like, "Oh, slay." I was in business professional and a backpack, so I obviously looked young and small and stupid and first day.
You were a little fresh.
I was fresh. So I was wandering around. This lady was like, "You look new. Let me show you around. This is the cafeteria. All the food is free." And I was like, "What is this, Google?" I don't know. I was like, "Whoa, cool.
That's awesome.
Free Rice Krispies, apple, a salad."
That's how they get you.
Yes, that is how they get you. But also, New York is so fucking expensive. I was like, yes, I will
be taking this.
I will be taking this. And I will be taking some to go home. So I was, just this little peasant.
Just grocery shopping at work.
Grocery shopping at work, shoving, like, kettle chips and apples and salads and, like, oatmeal and fruit. Just shoving it in my backpack to survive for later. And, yeah, so, obviously, I was like, whoa, it's all free? That's how they get you.
That's how they get
you.
That's
the pizza party initiative type of thing. Instead of, like, giving you a job that gives you purpose or, like, paying you more, they're like, what about a pizza party?
And you're like, okay. That sounds good.
That sounds good. Yeah. So that's how they got my ass. Anyways, I wander around and then they're like, oh, your boss is, like, here, but she's, like, 4 floors up or something. You're gonna take this elevator and go to her.
Okay.
I get to her, and she's like, I kind of, like, set up my desk, open my laptop to do nothing. And she's like, oh, you're the new intern, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, stand up for me. And I stood up, and she's like, oh, you're tall. You're like me. What are you, 5'10", 5'9"? I was like, yeah, I'm 5'10". I don't even think she's asked for my name. She knows my name because she interviewed me, but, like...
But she knows your height, that's for sure.
She literally told me, she was like, stand up, and clocked me at 5'9", 5'10". She's like, you're like me, you're, like, tall. And I was like, okay, yes, because we're looking eye to eye.
Yeah.
Very observant. Okay, what's happening? She's like, you're 5'10". Your pants, they fit perfectly. You have long legs. Ooh, you have nice long legs. Where are those from? I was like, oh, I just bought them from, I think I got them from, like, Zara or something. And she was like, she opened Zara while we were walking. She, like, started taking off, and I just assumed I had to follow her.
Yeah, so you're like, I guess I'll go with you.
I guess I'll go with you. So I followed behind her.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. People are moving fast and rapid, and she just clocked me at 5'10", and we haven't made any pleasantries or small talk.
It's been 2 minutes.
It's been 2 minutes. She takes off towards the elevators. I'm just trailing behind her. She's on her phone. She, like, opens Zara up, and she buys the pants, like, in front of me that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I almost felt like she took them off me and just stole them. But she clocked me at tall, opened up Zara, and bought the pants in front of me.
Yeah, she was ready. She was like, oh, perfect.
And she's like, okay, so we're going to go to lunch. And I was like, okay, I just got there.
What time was it?
I don't know. I think it was probably noon, but I'd been wandering around aimlessly I'd managed to kill a lot of time just being new and being shown around and stuff. And so we go downstairs and she's like, have you been to the 9/11 memorial? And I was like, well, it's right there. And so I guess yes. And she's like, yeah, really sad, isn't it? And then we just walked straight through it to get to the other side
That's
to
the only
go
thing she has
eat
to say.
lunch. Well, she works by it every day. So
Yeah, but I like to you who's like not been there before, and you're like, yeah, I kind of saw it. She's like, sad, isn't it? Anyways,
well, I mean, what is there else to say?
It is sad.
She didn't sign up to give me a tour.
no.
She's busy.
She's like, anyway, that's all I got to say on that. Let's go get lunch.
We go get lunch. It's me, intern day one. I don't know what's going on. Her boss, and then her as the boss, and then another one of, I guess my coworker was also there along with for lunch. So the three of us sit down for lunch, and she's like, I don't normally do this, but I felt like going out today. And we're like, okay. So she takes us out to lunch. Very nice of her.
Yum.
We order a veal sandwich. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, cool, it's a sandwich, but it tastes gamey. I don't know.
A veal sandwich.
A veal sandwich, truffle gnocchi, tuna tartare, and I think there was one more. Anyways, that trio alone, ridiculous.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
That's like rich people food.
That's rich people food. Like, and it's not just like that would be pretty expensive in Texas.
But yeah,
Yeah.
In
those are a
New
couple funny
York, it
stories
was
from
every
Erica's
dish was
wedding.
at least
That was awesome.
I don't know, $45.
Girl, no way.
I was just sitting there dumbfounded, and then she was just, and she was like, "Do you want?" And I was like, "I'll just have water. I'll have water."
You didn't have anything?
No,
Girl, I would have been like, well, if you're offering.
no.
Did she pay? Did she
Oh
pay for
yeah,
it?
she paid. It was. I'm assuming she expensed it.
Oh yeah, to the
Yeah.
yeah.
Company, but I mean, it was she ordered those three things and it was split amongst us, and I was just kind of nibbling at this unfamiliar rich people food. But yeah, so she started talking business.
She said, "Look, this is fun, but we have stuff to talk about."
She started talking business in front of me, and I was getting a taste of what this summer was actually going to be about. And she goes, "Yeah, so I'm actually not going to be here next week because I'm going to be at VidCon because
Not VidCon.
she was going to VidCon because the Mars, our chunk of this company worked with Mars, which is the chocolate company, like so M&M's,
Yeah.
Mars chocolate.
Yeah, actually, I don't know any of the Mars chocolate.
Yeah, but Mars, Wrigley, anyways. So I think Twix as well. Anyways, Mars chocolate, but Mars had like this big thing at VidCon where they're like, "Welcome to M&M prom." I don't know, but basically they just invite influencers to go stand in front of these picture opportunities at VidCon, M&M prom. I don't know. Marketing's weird, but it gets weirder. So she starts talking. She's like, "Yeah, we just acquired these twins on TikTok." And I was like, "You acquired twins?"
Twinfluencers.
Twinfluencers.
She got twinfluencers.
Also, just the word acquired and then talking about actual people.
There's something like 1984-esque.
Yeah. Like, yes, that's their job, but like, you acquired the twins on TikTok?
We acquired the twins.
For the Mars account?
Oh, we did? Okay.
Okay, I guess we did. But then she was like, we also are about to get into, there's this Mormon influencer.
Oh, yes, a Mormon influencer. Because everyone needs a Mormon influencer.
You gotta get the Mormon market for your M&Ms. M&M Mormon market. Think about it.
It's triple M's. That's M&M.
M&M. So she was like, yeah, but we also got this Mormon influencer for Mars. And I was trying, it was my first day, so I was trying to add to the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. You want to show you like you're like,
and yeah, show some initiative and stuff. But I actually caused her to kind of panic a bit because I was like, "Oh, a Mormon influencer, which one?" There's actually a lot of interesting drama happening on Mormon TikTok right now. And she like froze. And she looked at me. And she was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Yeah, so there's this whole thing where all these famous Mormon influencers, they got caught as like being swingers, and then a lot of people started like breaking rules within this swinging community, and like it's turned into this huge drama thing. And she like leaned in, she's like, what color's their hair? And I was like, what? They're all blondes. And she's like, oh, thank God, our Mormon influencer is a brunette.
Oh, okay. Amazing.
And I was like, I'm sure you could just call them by names too. But
she dodged a bullet with that one.
But she actually like starts texting someone while I'm telling her this about that there's like not super friendly drama happening within the Mormon influencer community. She starts texting someone. I'm like, I may have caught something that they need to check on. Day one. I'm like, you make sure you have the right type of Mormon influencer. There are a lot that are in trouble. And she's like, oh, those are all blondes. I just checked. Those are the ones that are in trouble. Ours is a brunette. We're safe. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yay. And then they're like, so you went to UT. I love country accents. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
Great. She's like, yeah, whenever I'm driving to my beach house.
Come on.
When I'm driving to my beach house, me and my boo thing put on the Green Book audiobook, which is Matthew McConaughey's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Green Lights.
Oh, excuse me, Green Lights.
I was like,
not Green Book.
I was like, wait, what? They do what with Green Book?
That's awesome. No, they were not listening to
no,
just
Green
the
Lights.
audio. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Matthew McConaughey's book.
LOL, Green Book.
Not
the Oscar.
I was like, do they put in the movie and just listen to it like a podcast?
That would be so funny. No, not. Yeah, Green Lights. They put in Green Lights while driving to
their beach house.
That's
normal things to do.
On the weekend, and they like listened to Matthew McConaughey's audiobook. And I was like, oh, Matthew. I was in his like class.
Yeah.
She like dropped her fork. She's like, what? You know Matthew? And I was like, yeah, well, yeah.
He's our
professor. And you live in New York City, which is like where every famous person's ever been.
For real. Like, why are you so shocked?
But she was shocked. She's like, when you go back to the office, you got to tell everyone that you know Matthew. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. That's a weird thing to do.
On my first day,
I'm like, hi, I'm Katrina Joe Schmo. I know Matthew McConaughey.
I know Matthew McConaughey.
He probably does not remember me.
Yeah, like, he was our professor for a class.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was just sitting there completely dumbstruck that what was happening in front of me.
Yeah.
VidCon, Mormon influencers, Twinfluencers, Twix prom, all this just crazy stuff. And I made a joke, and I was like trying to be like, I'm like, oh, ha, Mars, M&Ms and stuff. I was like, oh, were y'all working here whenever the Miss Green, the Green M&M, when she lost her boots and switched to sneakers?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even look at me. They just kept eating, and they're like, ugh, that was such a disaster. And I was like, they were like, yeah, we actually caught a lot of flack for that. And I was like,
yeah, because you made her let Miss Green be sexy.
And I was like, she's not real, right? And that, like,
it doesn't really matter in the grand
really
scheme of things.
It does not matter. Like, I'm sorry that was
hard for you.
But it was hilarious to me.
Like, it's fine. It's fine that Miss Green,
matter.
It changed.
It doesn't matter that this humanoid chocolate green sexual woman has switched from boots to sneakers. And
I actually caught a lot of flack for that.
I'm sorry that was a crazy day at work for you. Do you realize how crazy this sounds, right? You know none of this is real or matters.
None of it matters.
I bet someone lost their job because of that.
I wonder if the person who was like, I think she should go from boots to sneakers, like, were they like, that was a... You're done.
You're done.
Or I wonder if they were like transferred to like a lower like account on like the thing.
They put them on the Wrigley
gum
account.
Instead of like chocolate.
You can't be trusted with beloved icons.
So now you're doing gum.
Why don't you go hang out at Juicy Fruit?
Like,
why don't you hang out at the Juicy Fruit account with your dumb ass?
Stupid.
What? Anyways, so that's New York City. I think no one does real jobs there.
No.
I think it's just moving money and fake things around to try and get us to eat things and buy things.
Oh yeah, it's all a scam.
None of it's real. if we all stop believing in it, it falls apart. There are very cool parts, like every job in like Manhattan. I'm like, I don't think y'all are doing anything real.
No.
You all believe in it, so it works.
I'm disillusioned.
And also, I'm waiting for my paycheck.
But yeah, also.
So, yeah, that was my crazy first day of work at the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I tried to do this internship in New York thing that our school does. It's called UTNY. And I really wanted to do it. However, it's very expensive in New York, and your girl does not have a lot of fun. So I stayed home, and I had a lot of FOMO. I have medical grade FOMO, so this was the worst summer, except whenever I got to go to New York. And I stayed...
For a little trip.
For a little trip, I stayed with Katrina and our other friend, Emma Goldstein, who is on the Main Kids podcast. If you want another podcast, you can check it out. So I stayed with them, too, for a week, and it was so much fun. It was really nice. I'd never been to New York before, so it was really cool to just, like, see it and be in it and be living in it.
Uh-huh.
And get to see all the little rats. I think they're really cute.
Oh.
I love the little rats. They're just so cute and mangy. And, But, yeah, so one of the things that we did was we went to a, like, a comedy club, and, it was like a stand-up comedy show, but it was called, like, Don't Tell. So you have to, like, you sign up, you get your tickets, whatever, and then they, like, email you a random location of where it's going to be. So our comedy club was in, like, a rock climbing place. It was really fun. And then actually, no, this is a completely different night, is it not?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Anyway, I'm talking of the pizza lady.
Oh my god, the pizza lady situation.
It was the same night, I think. So we go to the comedy club, we're having fun, and we're walking back to, I think, Katrina and Emma's Airbnb.
Yeah.
And we're really hungry. We're so hungry. And we go get a pizza, right? We're like, ooh, it was Rocco's 3, yeah?
Yeah, Rocco's number 3.
Rocco's number 3. We got some pizza.
Best margarita pizza in all of New York.
It was delicious. And so we go in, we order. Parker's ordering the pizza. Parker's one of our friends who was in New York for the whole summer. And so he ordered the pizza and was paying for the pizza. And then this woman came in and was like, hey, like, do y'all have any change to spare? Like, I really need, like, some money. And we don't have any cash on us.
Yeah.
And Parker was like, no, but I can go buy something for you, because there was, like, a bodega right across the street. And she was like, okay, cool. And he was like, hey, will someone come with me to, like, be with the lady? And because it was only going to be them two. And he was like, will someone come with me? Now I misunderstood what he was trying to convey.
Because the situation was kind of awkward.
It was a little awkward.
She was a little erratic and begging for money. The situation was, like, a little tense because none of us had cash or anything.
Yeah.
But Parker was being a nice guy.
He's trying to be nice. He's trying to help.
But he wasn't. He was trying to be polite by not saying, like, will someone come with me? I don't want to be alone with this crazy lady. He was being like, hey, I just want to come with.
Now I
misunderstood
that, and I took it as, hey, while I'm gone, will someone be in charge of the pizza?
Will someone get the pizza when it's ready?
And I was like, I'll step up to the plate. And I was like, yeah, I got you, man.
And then you turned around away from him.
And Parker gets dragged away by this woman. And everyone looks at me like, aren't you gonna go with him?
And you're like...
And I'm like, no, I'm waiting for the pizza, man.
Because Parker left it in my trusting hands to wait for the pizza.
I'm like, y'all, like, I'm here. I'm doing my job right now. I'm waiting for the pizza.
And we all just turn and look as Parker just sighed dejectedly as
he's already, like, dragged away.
He's being
gone.
Drug away by this crazy lady who just took him to a bodega and made Parker buy her cigarettes.
And I felt bad for that one.
Whoops.
And then everyone explained, was like, no, like, he thought you were going to go with her. Or with him. And I was like, I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I felt really... Once everyone told me what was going on, I felt so bad about that. Because I said, yeah, I got you, and turned my back on my friend. He asked for help, and I said, of course, man. And turned around.
Physically turned away from him to check back on that hot slice.
I felt really bad.
As Parker was drug into the street to buy cigarettes for a crazy lady.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. And also poor lady. So, Yeah.
rough.
That was funny.
But it was so funny. And it was great pizza.
Great pizza. You handled it like a champ.
He got back by the time it was ready, so then he got it anyway. But yeah. And then one day we went to Chinatown for dim sum with a group of like 10 of us, 9 of us. It was a really big group.
Yeah, it was our dear friend Lopak was in town. She just flew in from Italy.
Yeah,
and Lopak was in New York with all of her besties for her birthday, so that was super fun. We went to Chinatown, got dim sum, and then everyone kind of peeled off and went home.
Yeah, they're doing their own different things.
Yeah, what was left of the group was me and Laura, and then Alec, my boyfriend, and then our good friend Lopak.
And Minji.
So, Minji, Alec, and Lopak want to get a massage while they're in Chinatown, which is great. Chinese massage, fantastic. Me and Laura decide that that's too expensive, so we're like, we're just going to walk around and explore Chinatown.
Yeah.
We'll meet back up with you here at this massage place in 30 minutes. Just get a 30-minute massage.
Yeah.
We'll meet you back here. So we wander around.
We're looking around. We're like, looking at all the shiny jewelry. And...
Yeah, looking at all the shops and stuff. Having fun.
Yeah.
30 minutes go by, and we're like, we gotta head back to that massage place so we can grab our friends, and then we can head home.
But Chinatown's, like, confusing. It's like
a little confusing.
It's a little confusing. There's a lot of streets.
Yeah, small side alleys and stuff.
Yeah. So you can get a little lost. And especially, like, that was my first time there.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I think this is, like, the general direction. We are walking back that same way.
Backtracking to the place. We get to the massage place. They're nowhere to be seen. And we're like, okay, well, 30 minutes have definitely gone by. Where are our friends?
Like, what? Like,
I check my phone, and Minji says, I see a text from Minji. She says, my tummy hurts. I have left.
Yeah.
Now, Minji is not a native New Yorker, but has been living there for a while.
Yeah. She knows more.
And
we're like,
our
well, first of all, we're like, feel better, Minji.
Yes, feel better,
Second
Minji.
of all, we're like,
our New Yorker has left, who was basically our guide.
And now our 2 friends are gone and on the loose.
On the loose in Chinatown. And so we're like, I guess Alec and Lopak just wandered off. Yeah. And Alec, famously, his phone dies super easily because he has an older phone.
A little older.
I don't know. I don't know if Lopak's phone also was close to dying.
Her phone is always on Do Not Disturb.
Right. So
and she never checks it.
We were just trying to find our friends.
And she'll leave her phone places.
Yes. So we're like, well.
So we're like, how do we get in contact with 2 people who are very hard to get in contact with?
Very hard to reach. So we're like, okay, well, let's just go back out to the main street. So we'll go out to the main street.
We're walking up and down.
Looking
hoping around.
We will run into our sweet, silly friends.
We get on the corner. I look to Katrina, and then I look past her, and I see them. I'm like, yes! There they are! They find... I wave them down. I think we're yelling their names. We're like, Alec! Lopak!
Like, please stop moving. Like, I just don't understand, like,
why would you do that?
Why would you wander around? You're like, let's not stay at the place that we agreed to meet at. Let's just wander around.
The place that everyone knows where it is.
Yeah.
Why would you wander? And then Lopak turns around. She hears her name. She's like, and she waves. She's like, oh, hey, guys. Like, as if nothing is wrong.
As if we weren't, like, sweating in the summer New York heat. We were wandering around trying to find them.
And I was so hot, and I think I really had to pee.
Oh, yeah.
I had to pee so bad.
But we had to find our
silly friends.
We find them, they're like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? And we're like, finally, found y'all. We're like, how was the massage? And Lopak was like, well, okay. There was a bit of like, well, okay. And we're like, what? She was like, okay, so I didn't know it was weird to take all your clothes off for a 30-minute body massage.
And it's like, well...
yeah, that's a little weird.
I mean, like, if you're comfortable with it, go for it. Like,
usually for a 30-minute, you just get, like, shoulders and feet done.
But full body bold.
Full body, just, I mean, you're eating into your 30 minutes by just taking off your layers. And Alec and Lopak got their massages it was almost a couple's massage.
For real, they were in the same
room,
but
separated by a
with
thin
a tiny
curtain.
little sheet.
Yeah, like a
in between
thin
them.
sheet. And on one side of the sheet, Lopak
Fully undressed.
Face down on a table.
Yeah.
In New York Chinatown. And on the other side of the curtain, Alec was fully dressed and did not even take off his shoes.
No.
He loosened his shoelaces.
Yeah.
Because he didn't fully commit to taking the shoes off.
Yeah, because the lady was like, oh, like undressed to like your like liking, and he said,
okay.
I'll loosen my shoelaces.
I will loosen my shoelaces.
Yeah.
That's my comfort level.
That's it. So 2 huge like differences.
Yeah. And then Alec says, it was really painful and I was trying not to scream and laugh.
Yeah.
So I like bit the table. And as he was saying it, a little piece of tissue paper was flapping from his lips, so I knew he was speaking the truth.
I can't believe that. Like, why are you biting something, man?
Well, he's just...
I've never been in like so much pain where I'm like, I need to bite something.
Yeah, this isn't like the Civil War.
You're getting like something cut off.
An amputation and biting a belt.
No,
this is him paying for a massage and trying not to be disrespectful and cry out or laugh. And he just had this little piece of tissue paper from the massage table flapping from his lips.
Yeah.
So I knew he spoke the truth.
He was right.
And Lopak was like, yeah, I really liked mine, but the guy kind of got mad at me because I didn't tip enough. And he was like, more. And we're like, well, what did you tip him? And she was like, $1. And
we're like, oh, yeah, that's an
Lopak,
awful tip.
That's a really shitty tip.
And then
he also had to massage your naked body because you got naked for a 30-minute massage.
And it's also like, girl, that's a bad tip anywhere in the world. In New York, that's an awful tip.
That's a horrible tip.
That's a penny at that point.
Like, that man is having to put his hands on your summer body, and you don't think he deserves more than an extra $1.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
And she kind of knew she was in the wrong.
She was like,
yeah, I know. But she tried to get away with it. I'm glad that he was like, you know what? No, like, that's not enough.
No, it's not enough. And one piece of advice, if anyone needs any advice for going to New York, you need a lot more cash than you think you do.
It's crazy.
There's so many places that are cash only. No one told me this.
No.
Everywhere's cash only. Well, not everywhere, but like almost everywhere. All the good places, all the local places, cash only. And then every place like wants you to tip in cash. And I ended up having to go to the ATM all the time to get more cash. And Alec, whenever he was visiting New York, he lost all of his cash basically on day one.
Day one. First hour.
He lands at LaGuardia.
Kennedy. I actually don't remember. Never mind. Just go on.
So lands at LaGuardia. He gets out to the area where the Ubers and Lyfts pick people up.
Yeah.
Literally, he basically just got in the first car he saw.
Yeah.
He didn't order an Uber or a Lyft. There was a guy by the door who was like, do you need a ride? And Alec was like, sure. And I got in the car.
Yeah.
It was not an Uber or a Lyft. It was a guy.
It was a guy with a car. And he got in the car and he was like, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going to Brooklyn. Just a happy, innocent man off to see his girlfriend in Brooklyn. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to Brooklyn. Here's the address. And he was like, all right, I'll do it for 70 card. And Alec was like, oh, would you like prefer cash? And he's like, yes, I want cash. I'll do it for 60 for cash. And Alec's like, okay.
Yeah.
And so this guy drives him, and Alec told me, he was like, what clued me in that something was off was like, I knew it was weird that I was haggling, because that's not normal.
No, it's like, here's the price.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, your first clue in was that, and not that it was a guy that was not Uber or Lyft or anything official.
That you didn't have to order him?
You didn't order him, he was there.
And he didn't have like a taxi car?
Yeah. It was a man in a car, and you haggled with him, and like, goods for services, there was that exchange. But also, you're lucky you showed up with all of your organs.
Yeah.
And not one kidney lighter.
Uh-huh.
If Alec were a woman, I worry. I fear for what would happen.
That was just not a... Don't do that. Don't do that. But what you also need in New York is some good shoes.
You need good shoes in New York. Lots of walking.
Lots of walking. You know what you should never do in New York is have your bare foot touch the ground of the streets.
Ever.
No matter what, you should never, ever, ever have your bare feet touch the ground. And you know what you really shouldn't do? You shouldn't walk around, go up and down those subway steps, go walking in the subway, in the parks and everything with shoes that have holes in them.
Yeah.
Straight foot to the concrete.
You should not have foot to ground contact in New York City.
None. But you know who did?
Low pack.
Love her. She before she came to New York, she was in Italy for 5 weeks, like study abroad. And she walked a lot in Italy and only brought like a few pairs of shoes. And she always wears like the same basic white tennis shoes. Those are her shoes. We know those are her shoes.
Yeah.
And
are they Tommy Hilfiger
they're
brand?
Tommy Hilfiger like white little tennis shoes that she got, I think, at like Marshalls or something like that.
I don't know.
And she ran through those in Italy. Well, she wore them like the whole semester, like the whole school year.
You're walking to Italy, it's cobblestone. It wears it down.
And then you come to New York, and now you have straight foot to concrete.
She had worn a hole through the rubber sole of her Tommy Hilfiger sneakers and had been walking around for several days. She didn't tell any of us this.
No.
And so we're like, oh, low pack. Ew. First of all, ew.
Yeah, first of all,
second of all, it's your birthday.
We're gonna get you some shoes.
We're all gonna pitch in and get you some shoes.
Happy birthday. Here's a necessity.
Here's a necessity.
New shoes. So for her birthday, we got her some new shoes.
Yeah, that was super funny, especially since we'd just gone. Lopek had a great birthday. We got her some new shoes. Some Puma like platforms.
Yeah.
We wanted her to be further from the ground.
She was gonna be a little off the ground, which is good.
Good. To make up for what had happened to her.
Where she was only on the ground.
Yeah. We had just been at FAO Schwartz, which is like the famous toy store.
Having such a fun time.
Alec bought a spinny top hat. Because he's such a giddy guy.
It is so cute.
It really fits his personality.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but there's that big piano in there that you like hop from key to key from like the movie Big.
Yeah.
Or it's in the movie Big.
Mm-hmm.
And we all basically like shoved a bunch of kids aside, and Lopek did a full knee slide down the piano.
It was awesome.
It was so awesome.
But yeah, I'm like, everyone else was like, move. If you're 6, move.
Move, bitch.
I'm trying to have fun.
This 22-year-old is trying to knee slide down this giant piano.
We've never been here before.
Yeah, move. Anyways,
so that was awesome.
That was really funny. But yeah, another shoe story actually. We Minji was our friend Minji was our sort of native New Yorker, and she was taking us around different places.
Yeah.
And she took I kind of mentioned Alec had sort of like these beat up Reeboks he was wearing.
They were run through.
They were pretty run through. But it was like fine for just getting around the city.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, "Oh, we should get you a new pair of shoes since so you have something nice to wear whenever we have like a date night. Just get you some like sneakers or something cool." He's like, "Oh, that sounds like a great idea." And Minji's like ears perked up, and she was like, "Cool sneakers. I will take you to the creme de la creme, the best place.
We know a place."
So instead of just like a normal like shoe store, like a Nike store or something, she took us to a like hype beast famous store.
That usually
has a line at the door.
There's a long line that you have to wait in to get in.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
it was pouring rain.
It was so rainy, and all the hype beasts didn't want to get wet, so they left.
They have very expensive outfits. They couldn't get wet.
And we ran in. We ran in because they were like, "Oh, just come on in."
We
There's
ran
no
in
line.
like poor wet dogs.
Yeah, little wet rat hours.
To that hype beast store, Kith.
Kith. K-I-T-H. Kith.
Which
makes me laugh.
Because we kept on just saying, "Oh, you want to give a little kiss?
You want a kiss?" Like, yeah, like our friend group is like, "Oh, kiss."
Yeah, we would just say that as a cute little thing, and we're like, "Oh, it's a hype beast."
It's a hype beast.
It's like a designer store.
Like, they have like Balenciaga sunglasses and whatever. I'm like, girl.
So we go into Kith, and Alec picks out a pair of shoes. So he gets a pair of some cute blazers. Some blazers.
I wanted to get those too, but they're so cute.
They're really cute. And then later on that night, or maybe it's like the next day or something, we all go over in Brooklyn and hang out at Parker's a place.
Yeah.
And it's pretty late at night, and there's no one really out and about, but we all go to, like, a bodega to get, like, I think 4 Locos and ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know why. 4 Locos are gross.
You guys.
We deserve better.
Yes. I did not partake. But,
it was 4 Loco Gold, though, so it's fancy.
Oh, good. Well,
that makes everything better.
We go to this bodega to get stuff, and, there's, like, just, like, these 3, like, old dudes just kind of hanging out, just chit-chatting. And Alec walks by in his new shoes, and they all, like, just, like, surrender him, like, whoa, like, oh, those are so cool, those are really nice, those are really fresh, are those new, or do you just, like, keep them that bright white? He's like, oh, I just got them. And it was just so cute, because all of us kind of left the bodega, and I turned around, and Alec had just, like, made friends.
He was busy making friends.
He makes friends wherever he goes, but, Alec kind of jogs and catches it back up with us, and he looks at me and he goes, that man had 3 teeth. And I was like, oh, but he's your new friend.
New friends.
I thought that was sweet. Anyways, the whole gang got new shoes in New York City.
New friends in New York.
That man had 3 teeth. I was like, he did.
He did. Very observational.
Very observational.
Now, it was really nice because, like, during this time, we really got to, like, really, like, see our friends we haven't seen in a minute and, like, go places that we haven't seen before and just get, like, brand new experiences. And, I mean, it was a lot of fun because we took a lot of pictures and we took a lot of video. Now, everyone loves a movie FX moment, right? We love movie FX. But sometimes beautiful moments should just stay beautiful moments.
Yeah, you were literally in New York City with all of your closest, best friends.
Watching some beautiful, sweet moments happen.
Like, just...
some of our friends who maybe don't get along the best are now, like, you know, kind of, like, being, like, really besties. Nice to each other and besties.
Or, like, I don't know. It's just, like, oh, you see your friends, like, having a sweet moment on the subway.
Like, oh.
Like, you could put together a really cute vlog or something.
No. Why would you do that when you can put drone strikes, car flipping over, Tyrannosaurus Rex foot stomping your friends?
Basically, almost all of our footage from New York City for the summer was the Movie FX app footage where it has, like, drone strikes and bombs and explosions and cars dropping onto the subjects in the video.
Frame.
So that kind of, you know,
it makes it every single moment you're like, oh.
So that was mainly Lopac.
That was Lopac's bit for the whole time.
Lopac's bit for the whole summer was just blowing up whoever was in frame.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you wanted an aesthetic video, you were not gonna get it.
You weren't gonna get any. Yeah,
you were gonna look fine, and then you were gonna have a bomb like dropped on you.
We were not like a cool, quirky, wonderful group of travelers. We only recorded footage in Movie FX,
which kind of slay. It's really funny.
It really adds a nice little extra moment to the New York
You're like, oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
is that a dinosaur?
Oh. Anyways.
But yeah.
Remember that time whenever we were at Central Park and Alec did the WAP dance in that drum circle?
Yeah.
Man, that was awesome.
That was fun. That was really funny. I remember we went to the bathrooms in Central Park, and, like, this is whenever we had just found Alec and Emma, right after the massage. I had to pee so bad, and so we went to we tried to go to every single place we could. Girl, we went to Pret, and then they were like, we had to close the bathrooms, got to clean them up.
Yeah.
And I was about to piss my pants. Yeah. It had been 30 minutes since...
And the only restroom I knew, I was like, well, there's a restroom in Central Park, so we
had to leave Pret. It was like an hour after we found our friends. I had to pee like nobody's business. So we go to the Central Park bathrooms. They come up to my, like... nipples.
Yeah.
I have to look straight ahead or close my eyes because I can see everything around me.
It's a very small, short door.
Why? And then there was no toilet paper.
Oh.
It was the worst.
And then we come out of those bathrooms. You finally have relieved yourself.
Thank God.
Pissing like a camel.
I had to pee so bad.
We get out of the Central Park bathroom, and then we catch up with Lopac and Alec, because we kind of ran ahead of them because you were going to pee yourself.
Yeah.
And we catch back up with them, and then there was a drum circle, and then we all danced because they pulled us into the drum circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alec has this bit where if you pretend to punch him, he'll spin around in a cartoony circle and then fall to the ground flat, but then he'll wop dance while he's down on the ground.
Mm-hmm. And it's always fun. It's
always
funny.
It's so funny. But yeah.
Everyone sitting on the benches loved that bit.
Oh yeah, everyone got a huge kick out of it. But also, Alec literally sacrificed, like, his body went onto the ground of
New York.
So he could
do a bit.
Twerk on the ground,
Hashtag
basically.
Do it for the bit.
He did it for the bit. I really respect that.
Yeah.
So.
New York was fun. I want to go back.
I'm alright for a while. Yeah, the living situation in New York, I lived in a Brooklyn brownstone.
So cute. First of all, so cute.
Very cute for the summer. It was also very weird because it was...
The decorations were just interesting.
Decorations
The
were
lighting
odd.
was weird. It was so dark in there.
It was almost like, it was like very early 1900s type stuff. Like the wood paneling and stuff. It was very detailed, ornate. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But then my room was yellow and painted yellow and turquoise.
Cozy.
And the turquoise, like, there was a turquoise border around the top of the wall, and it was just dripping. Like, he didn't put tape or anything to try and stop the drips.
It was just kind of like, oh, it's good enough.
It's good enough. And so that was super creepy. I felt like I was in a child's bedroom. But also, my sleeping situation was I was sleeping in the bottom of a custom-built bunk bed. So he built these... It was made out of just, like, untreated,
yeah,
painted.
you were getting splinters from that, like...
Yeah, just, like, pure lumber that was just bought straight... It went from Home Depot to being built into the walls.
Yeah.
This bunk bed.
Yeah, you can't fit any IKEA bed up there. Like, you'd be like, I'm just gonna make this myself real quick.
Yeah. I guess it's really hard to move furniture, so I guess he just decided to build it into the
It was just easier to just make it in there and leave it there.
And I was up against, like, the radiator and the window, and, like, the curtain on the window had been melted from the radiator, so it was just, like, super...
Homey.
I was gonna say...
So homey and cozy.
I was gonna say super ratchet.
It
was
cozy.
So weird and dangerous, and... yeah, so I was sleeping in a bunk bed, but then I would get up in the morning and go work at the World Trade Center.
So, you know what? You give and you take.
You give and you take. That's why I'm saying that 2022 was a weird fucking year.
Yeah.
It was so weird. I slept in a bunk bed in Brooklyn and then scrambled my way over to Manhattan to go work in the World Trade Center, where I was working for the Green M&M.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, those are just some fun New York stories.
Some fun New York stories. If you have any questions or want to see any visuals
from New York, specifically the videos, because we do have so many of those,
please let us know.
You'll see those at Do For The Bit Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you could do us a favor, and if whatever platform you're listening to this on, if you could review it and rate it 5 stars, that would help us so much, and we would appreciate it a lot. But yeah, thanks so much for listening.
Yeah, love y'all.
Love you too. I was gonna say love you too.
Cool. Love y'all.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.